What's up, guys? I'm Laura from Reading in Bed. Today is Monday, December 19th, so we are going to reveal the 19th story in the short story advent calendar. I'm doing these videos every day until Christmas, or almost every day. Oh, good. Or almost every day, because I did miss one this weekend on Benjamin's 7th birthday, because it was just such a busy day. So I missed a day, but that's okay. We've caught up. We're good. So that means that today, before we get into the 19th story, we're going to recap two stories, 17
Mommy,
and 18. Yes, honey?
we still got the Lego advent calendar.
We still got the what advent calendar?
The Lego!
Oh, the Lego, yes, and we got a new advent calendar too. So the boys have, can I show this one, Ben? They've been, each morning they have their chocolate advent calendars that they work on while I do this. And then one of Ben's birthday presents was a Star Wars Lego advent calendar, which, because he received it on the 17th, he got to open 17 of them at one time, which was a little overwhelming for me. They were okay with it. So yeah, I think that's about it. I did just want to follow up because in a video this weekend, I talked about what my next book was going to be after rereading After Claude by Iris Owens. I had a couple of candidates that I showed, but I ended up going with
Mommy, I need help.
Wuthering Heights. And I'm going to help Ben with this advent calendar now. But I've never actually read this edition. I've read Wuthering Heights many, many times, but I just love that. The cover, not so much, but the back cover. I love it. So I'm reading it. Okay, let's open your chocolate. Here you go.
It's a bell.
It is a bell.
Mine was a bell too.
So, 17 was I Hate You by Daniel Handler. Yes, the story was called I Hate You. And I like this story.
Something dumb.
I've never read Daniel Handler or Lemony Snicket or any of that. This guy writes books. Have you ever heard of Lemony Snicket, Ben? No? No, they're children's books, and they're supposed to be pretty good. This story was not a children's story, but I liked it. I really liked the language. It was one of those stories that does remain a little mysterious. You don't really find out too much about the characters, but just some of the sentences themselves were so interesting. And I don't really have one marked, but yes, I hate you. That was the story, so I enjoyed this one. The next one, I got doubles. That hasn't happened yet. I think with last year's calendar I had a couple, but I got doubles of this one, and
Skull.
yes,
No, Ben, it's skull on a book.
skull on a book. Well, actually, it's skull on a card. So this is called a follower of Aromat, and this is by Sheila Hetty. So this is our second UBC accountable signatory, although she did take her name off eventually. The second I know of anyway. I'm not really scanning down that list of 100 names every time I open a story, but she talked about it on Canada Land, this whole Galloway thing, so I'll link that down below. And this story, so it's actually tarot cards. That's what's on the cover. So it talks about
What tarot cards?
tarot cards. That's like, it's fortune telling. Like when people use cards to tell people's fortunes, which I'm actually going to do on Thursday. So I should be able to tell you guys about it on Friday, what kind of a fortune I get. I haven't done that in many years. The story itself, this one was really short and it was really weird.
Hey,
It has an
Mommy,
illustration.
from a Simpsons video, he just spending the money and this guy is fortune, and
Yeah.
it said, you spend all your money.
Yeah, that's a pretty good fortune, isn't it? You will spend all your money.
He was spending all the dollars that he was putting it in.
Of course.
And it kept saying that, right?
That's probably a pretty good prediction for me too. I'm going to spend a lot of money on getting my fortune told. This story was weird. I don't really have much more to say about it. It was weird and I didn't really understand it. So, I don't know. If you're a Sheila Hetty fan, send me a message. I'll send you the one I didn't open. So, anyways, let's get into today's story, guys. So we're on number 19. So here's the picture. I'm just going to show the boys.
A fire in a cup.
A fire in a cup. What do you think,
What?
Ken?
That is fire.
It is a fire in a cup. Okay, well, let's see. What could this be? I'm not spoiled. I haven't looked online. Okay, so this is called Babies on Fire by Missy Marston. Okay, Missy Marston wrote The Love Monster, which has been recommended to me more than once. It's one of those ones I'm like, I gotta read it, you know? I really gotta read it. So this makes sense. I follow her on Twitter and I've seen her retweeting a lot of short story advent calendar things. So I was kind of thinking, oh, I bet you're in here. And she is. And the story is called Babies on Fire, which is a little, I don't know. Could be good, could be bad. It's a longer story. So,
Is it appropriate?
oh yeah, let's see if I can read the first bit. I think so. Okay, so the first bit, it's got a little subtitle and it says intermission. It won't work. What are you doing right now? It's not going to work. Her husband, Amos, is fidgeting in his seat. Margaret has 2 plastic cups of white wine. The cups have lid on them, the kind with the little X cut into them for straws. She's balancing one on top of the other in one hand while she struggles to take her coat off and get settled in her seat. Amos, for his part, has 2 plastic cups of beer, similarly lidded, one in each hand. He's shifting from buttock to buttock in his seat, as if by going through the motions of helping her in his mind, he might actually help her, as if he could prevent disaster. Huh.
He will always commit.
So I don't know if this will be the case, but I feel like they're at a hockey game just because, like, I can't imagine another thing where you're, like, holding, you know, alcohol cups with lids and you're trying to sit and take off your coat. And it says intermission, so yeah, that's gonna be my guess that this story takes place at a hockey game. We'll see if I'm right, and we'll tell you about it tomorrow. So that's all I've got for you today, boys. Anyone want to come in and say goodbye?
I want to do something really funny.
Okay, Henry's gonna come do something really funny. Come on in here.
I want to. I can't. My blanket. My feet are covered on blanket.
Come on over. Hurry up. If you're reading along, let me know what you thought of 18. I totally didn't understand. All right, Hen. Here he comes. Oh no! Oh no! All right, say goodbye, Henry. Goodbye.
Let me put back on the stand.
Say goodbye, Ben.